So in this exercise, we are going to build this complex part, the jack-in-a-box or Turner's cube, and we will see actually how the complexity raises up from the very simple operation just by understanding the logic of the part. Well, if we think how the jack-in-a-box is made on a lathe, it's made really by the six-side machining starting from the stock. We can figure out from this drawing that actually all what it is a one extrusion of the base sketch, which is a rectangle, and I will say the center point rectangle here, which will make your life much easier. So one extrusion in at both direction so for the 250, and then all what we will have to do is to put the whole wizard with a flat bottom hole of the with a flat bottom series of two counter bored holes. First one with this 1.856 dimension and depth of 50 of the counter bore, and the hole itself of the diameter 1.237 and depth of 750. How this is marked? All the references are from the top face. So once we drill those two set of holes, then we can use the array feature or the pattern feature, and this will be a circular pattern. And if I think in a tri-dimension, if I put let's say if I put an axis through this point vertical here, I can now revolve those two holes 4 times over 360, and that will create me the sides of the jack-in-a-box. And then if I put the axis through here, I can revolve it for the 2 times, and that will create the last missing. So essentially something as complex as this geometry can be literally created in 5 minutes. So let's start with making our new part in a IPS mode. And let's say that we will use 1060 alloys so that we all have the same mass. I will start by making a sketch on let's say a top plane. And I will make a sketch as a center rectangle, center point rectangle, anchored in a coordinate origin with a 2.5. And instead of doing the double dimension, I will just click on both of those on vertical and horizontal line and say that they are equal in length, and that makes my center rectangle fully defined. So essentially that complex feature we will build by only sketching the one rectangle and the one point. Now I'm going to extrude this rectangle, and I will extrude it. Instead of the blind, I will go both mid-plane, so both direction, for 2.25 in total. Let's see actually what did I just put? Was it? No, 2.5, sorry. 2.5. And that gives us this beautiful box. Now, if I check the mass of this box, let's see. Our starting material is 1.52 pounds. Now, what I will need to do, I need to start drilling some holes. So I'm going to make a sketch on this face. Doesn't matter from where we start. Let's say from the top face. And all in that sketch, what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on a point, and I'm going to place the point on a coordinate origin of this sketch, which will be a center of the face, because that's how I arrange it, because I make it with a center point rectangle. So I have that sketch now done, and now I'm ready to place my first set of holes, and this will be a hole wizard. And I'm going to choose the hole like this with a dimension, and this will be the counter bored hole. And the bottom drill angle is going to be a 180 degree. So that means a flat bottom. First, the diameter of the hole. The diameter of the first hole, which actually will be the second, 1.237 and 750 depth. 1.237. 1.237, and depth is the depth is going to be, well, we first need to change the counter bore diameter. The counter bore diameter is going to be what? It's 1.856 with a counter bore depth of 0.5. 1.856 counter bore, 1.856 counter bore depth, 0.5. And it's not through hole, it's a blind, so now I can change the depth of the hole to be what? Depth of the hole is going to be 0.750. 0.750. Okay, so that's the first set of the holes. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going again to place a hole wizard. So if I go here to the hole wizard, and where I'm going to place that hole wizard, I'm going to place, again, I'm going to choose the counter board, and it already gave me some dimensions, as you can see, blind, our start. So I'm going now to use my second set, 0.619 for a 1 and 0.250 for 1.5. So 0.250 is the diameter of the hole, and depth is a 1.5, while the counter bore diameter is 0.679, I believe. No, 619 and depth 1. 619, 0.619. And depth 1. And now we need to place that place, and what we are going to do, we can place it right on the coordinate origin. Click OK. And look, that's my two features that now I'm going to array. But before I can erase something, I need to create a reference geometry for the axis. And if I look where those planes intersect, let's say the front top plane and right top plane and right plane, that will be the reference geometry axis. We'll go through the intersection. So if I left click on reference geometry, click axis, and all what I have to choose is open the tree, and I will choose the top plane and right plane, and here is my axis. I can now use this axis to array, to pattern those two holes. So if I go circular pattern for a 4 items, and axis 1 is already selected, and the features that I want to pattern are the hole 1 and hole 2. Look what I got. Look at how much complex part I created. Now, I'm still not yet done, because I need to make this here. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the cylindrical face of one newly created holes to take my original hole and just use this to pattern it for how many times? I need to pattern it again for 4 times. But I will choose not to overdo it. So I will choose which one not to choose. So, okay, so I am going to do the circular pattern. So click on the arrow under linear pattern, click on the circular patterns, feature to pattern, hole 1, hole 2. And the axis to pattern or direction will be any of the cylindrical features here. And look what I got. It's fine. Click OK. And the part is fully done. Look how beautiful this part looks like. It's fully done. So if we do the evaluation, let's see, evaluate, and let's see how much mass we have now. If you do it properly, it should be about 0.5 pounds. So we lost about 1 pound of mass. Okay, so now let's look back at this parametric tree here. As you can see, we only have a 1 extrude, 2 hole wizards, and the rest we use the power of understanding the geometry, the language of this part, using the arrays in this kind to create this complex geometry. And look how complex is that geometry. If I look on a cross section, Just by simple intersection of the cylindrical surfaces, we have created this intricate labyrinth. By the way, this part is called also Jack in a Box, and was one of the, and this was one of the common toy or decorative field or decorative piece that the people that like doing the lathe works or metal turning made. Okay, now you will make your own Jack in the Box in SolidWorks.